Alright guys, so in today's video we're going to go over the trade recap, which we basically took. I'm going to go over my reasoning for why I even took this long in the first place. So we took a long right around here whenever we had this change in the state of delivery. We had a change in the state of delivery, and then we took a long right there, and our stop loss was at the rejection block low, and we were aiming for this target right here, which was basically the pre-market high. P&L for today, it was around 48 bucks. We're at 144 on the account, and I did cut this trade short. You can see we sold 5, and then we sold another 5, and then we hit the rest break even. We did move the stops a little bit early, I won't lie to you. Main reason why is just we didn't see the market have speed movement. Of course we would have went up higher, breached a higher profit target, but again, once I was inside of this right here, did not want to see the market any further, look for longs. I just thought once we had SMT at the highs with ES, I just knew instantly then and there, contradicting ourselves, because we had SMT at the highs when reality we should have SMT at the lows for long, and I came to the conclusion that it just wasn't a high probability setup, and we just called it a day after this candle right here. That's where we hit our break-even point, started to trim the position, and then eventually you can see we came back down and hit break-even. We entered somewhere around here like that. So yeah, we were going up, exiting, and then we came back down, hit break-even, which again is totally fine with me. Honestly, this trade wasn't bad. I was really using like the lower time frame confluences, but if we zoom out to the daily time frame, we had a daily buy set imbalance, sweep of the daily previous Wednesday's low. So we had Wednesday CRT here, just a little bit, not too much though. I don't know if it's actually correct. On the 4 hour time frame, we did have 4 hour, so we did have 4 hour CRT then and there, but the market did not respect that. But again, here we did have a 4 hour sell set imbalance, which we were tapping up into, and we also had a bearish order block with a break in market structure, showing what a continuation down to the downside to target those lows, which were Thursday's lows. If you go to the 1 hour time frame, you can see we were sweeping previous day New York session highs, and the market eventually was reaching into that 4 hour PDRA, and it did respect this previous Wednesday's new day opening gap really well. On the 15-minute time frame there, you can see we had these pre-market lows right here, previous day lows, or pre-market lows, London lows actually, to target to push it down to the downside. And we also had London highs, which we were just completely running through both sides. We ran through the highs, then we came back down and ran through the lows. Best trade would have been up here. Let me give you guys an honest explanation of what the best trade for today would have looked like, honestly. So we're above 8:30 open. This is one thing I've been incorporating a lot more, is 8:30 opening and midnight opening. I've just been watching those a lot more. Same thing with the weekly profile and the weekly objectives. We're above 8:30 opening, and you can see the market forms some CRT on the 15-minute time frame, on also the 4 hour PDRA. We also have SMT at those highs right there with ES. As you can see here, we had SMT at these highs right there, and then eventually NQ also had SMT here. So again, trading the weaker pair, this is what I've been back testing. And suppose you go on the 1 minute, even the 3 minute change in the state of delivery here isn't bad. This isn't a bad entry. Something like this, you can have it at the high, but that's like half your risk reward. And you can aim for these lows right here, and that would be a 1 to 2 pretty quick, pretty swift to a lower time frame, and trade the lower time frame. This would have been the best trade idea right here. It's a little bit more risky, so suppose you wait for this one. It's really the same entry as the other one, like that, and then eventually you target these lows. Same risk reward, just a little bit more, honestly. And yeah, you wait for 2 fair value gaps, you get inverse, because on the 2 minute you really don't have one. So you just go down to the 1 minute, and then you also have that break in market structure right here to show continuation down. And this would probably have to be, where's your 15-minute CRT low? That's kind of where you want to take a partial right here. You let the rest run right there. You take 75% off there. Again, you can honestly, usually with 50%, I would move my stop loss at 50% of the CRT. So suppose we get here at 50%, that's kind of where I would want to move my stop to break even, and then let the rest run. Yeah, that's pretty much really the best trade idea for today. Shorts would have been the move, honestly, especially with how this week has been forming. Same thing with the SMT, like where's your draw on liquidity? Where was your draw on liquidity all day? And the draw on liquidity was in this 4 hour PD rate with the previous day high of New York, or previous session highs of New York. That was your clear and obvious strong liquidity. The market did meet it, retraced, pushed up higher once more inside of this range. So we did form a new range here, and again, where you want to be taking shorts above the premium, you want to take above inside of the premium. That's where the best shorts are, and then above 8:30 and midnight opening, those are where you would want to be essentially trading inside of a discount. again, using the discount, using the ranges, honestly, 8:30 opening, sometimes 9:30 opening with the first presented for value gap, and then of course where is like your power 3 on the weekly and the daily. Just incorporating all these important time factors into, you know, your trading is essential in my honest opinion. And that's basically really it for the trade recap. Again, we're taking it very, very slow. Reason for that is I just don't want to be, I still want to be building upon my, I don't know, I have the account titled slow and steady because I want to be building upon my confidence and just like my skill of trading, honestly, using this model and like tape reading it, honestly, viewing it in the live markets, just incorporating the most important things that I know are very, very essential, like 8:30 opening, midnight opening, the weekly profile, you know, certain things like that are essential to me, honestly, to understand where is price trying to go, where are we trying to go, where are we aiming for, you know, certain things like that. What day of the week, what week of the month are we in, you know, like where are we trying to go, what are the previous new week's opening gaps, you know, like certain things like that are very, very essential to me. This was our new week opening gap here. You can see Monday created the high of week, and then as we started to move down lower, the best trade idea honestly would have been on Wednesday. I mean that simply because whenever Wednesday came through, we were retracing into the 4-hour bearish PD array, and then eventually we started to dump. And Wednesday is where we took a trade. Thursday we really stood out, didn't really take anything simply because it just didn't find anything worthwhile to take. But yeah, Wednesday would have been definitely the best trade because again we have these relative lows. This is the trading day of the week right here, and then eventually we also had that strong displacement lower. Probably just could have found something on the 5-minute here. Honestly, here as soon as this got inverse, retraced, probably like a 1 minute for value gap there, then the market started to dump. So unfortunate PA, honestly, whenever we entered. But again, all we can do is just show up next week and try to improve this week. We are finding improvements, I won't lie. I'm slowly building more confidence in my system and my trading. Just like using the model and just like trading it, I feel very, very confident. I want to continue trading like this, continue, you know, using these important factors to help me trade, you know, trying to understand first things first, you know, like where's the drawn liquidity? That's the most important thing I'm trying to work on, especially with discretionary views. I've been working on that, back testing it, you know, not really using the model here. But again, it's helping us use the model. It's helping us become better as a trader. But yeah, I'm just using that as a view of like, where is the clear drawn liquidity, the narrative, why we should like move to that drawn liquidity, and like why, you know, time and price, when, where, how, what session, what PD array, certain things like that. Like why should this PD array get respected? Why this PA? What certain day about the week makes this one more high probability than the other one? Why this fair value gap, you know? Or why this order block? Why this breaker block? Why this manipulation low getting swept and then pushes up higher? You know, certain things like that are essential in trading, and that's what I'm just really trying to build upon. But again, this model is very, very high probability whenever I'm using it. You know, the G7 trading model, the one setup for life, I'm still trying to work on it. I'm still trying to build upon it. But this one here, by far, I probably will focus on it a lot more in the next couple of weeks trading, because I see very, very much like high potential trade in it. So yeah, that's pretty much really it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.